Coming up on Sports Central, we have a great show. Rob Sitz from RussMatt Baseball, the largest collegiate baseball spring training in the world. We also have Gene Engle from the oldest, the very oldest that is, boat racing championships in Polk County, around almost as long as the Tigers. And then, of course, Dan Rooney and Jessica Roberts. They'll be talking cycling and the Chain of Lakes Cycling Classic. Stick around, everybody, for this edition of Sports Central. Hey everybody, welcome to Sports Central. I'm Mark Jackson, my co-host, the flashy co-host of Sports Central, Mr. Hank Longo.
Hello everybody.
How you doing, Hank?
I'm doing good, Mark. How are you?
Good. Hey, before I forget this, I want to ask you, are you going to be competitively skiing this year?
It depends on my right knee. I got a bad right knee and it kind of affects me going through the wakes, but I've been training all winter and working on getting it in skiable shape and give it a shot.
So I wanted to get that out of the way because I was wondering about it, and then I go, hey, might as well ask him right here.
I'm training hard.
No problem at all.
The season is underway.
Absolutely. Well, we got a big show coming up. We've got some great guests and a lot of, great footage. One of the things that we do every show is we have our athlete spotlight too. Yeah. So that's always going to be part of each and every show, and many kudos, thanks go out to the production crew here at PGTV. What a great
crew.
group.
We also have some fun segments that we just show of all the different events that are going on in the county. And of course, being our first segment, we want to thank the folks at BSN Sports, our sponsor.
And Under Armour.
And Under Armour. Yeah, you got your Under Armour shirt, you got your Under Armour shoes on. You're just decked out like Jordan Spieth, man. You're all Under Armour.
Okay, moving right along.
And like Jordan Spieth, you're
Jordan Spieth is great.
Spieth just wears all Under Armour. That's his sponsor.
Yeah,
so
what is Rory McIlroy? What is he? Is he an Adidas guy?
I don't know, but he's 63 on the first round wherever
so
they're
far
playing. Yeah,
oh, wow.
back.
Fantastic.
But we got baseball to talk about.
We have the largest collegiate baseball event in the world is right here in Polk County, and one of the architects, one of the guys that owns and operates the RussMatt Collegiate Baseball Spring Classic is with us in the studio today. His name, Rob Sitz. And Rob, it's really good to have you here. You are one busy guy. You really start tomorrow, but some of the practices have already started this week. Teams are in.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, they've already arrived and are enjoying the great weather we have out there right now. It's a big reason why they come here. But I've been hearing from a lot of the teams that went to North Carolina or whatever that are getting rained out or snowed out this weekend. They wish they would have come down here. So
they're getting all kinds of snow up there. Minneapolis or Minnesota's gotten more snow than ever before, record breaking. So that whole northeast area,
absolutely,
Midwest is just getting hammered.
Yep.
So they're delighted to be here.
They're delighted to be here, exactly, because they know they're not going to be playing back home right now. So.
Well, Rob, we talked about the largest collegiate baseball tournament in the world, and spring training in the world. And last year you had 240 teams, roughly, 235.
Right.
Somewhere in that range. How about this year?
270 teams coming down this year. 1,100 games played over six weeks here.
1,100 games in 6 weeks.
Yep.
What is the biggest challenge in managing all of that? Because you've been here already, getting organized and getting set up for this. You come in ahead of time, so you get prepared for this barrage of teams coming down here.
It's everything. I mean, it's obviously all the great people at Polk County Sports Marketing help out a ton, getting all the facilities, getting the facilities ready to take that kind of amount of games in that short amount of time. Those guys work so hard, and we're very thankful for that. Our umpires as well. I was on an umpire call last night, and just the organization that goes into bringing all them down. And then, of course, all of the lodging partners are just enormous.
Things that you wouldn't really think about.
Exactly.
It's the umpires. How critical are they to
they're pretty important to be able to play.
And how many do you need for each game?
We have at least 2 for each game, and some of the games have 3 out there as well. So.
Wow.
Yep.
That's unbelievable. Room nights, somewhere over 30 30,000.
Yeah.
30,000.
Definitely over 30,000, and still a lot of the parents that we are not able, that don't book through us, that we're not able to track there. But yeah, there's I mean, every person you see in the stands there is obviously down here from somewhere. So
Yes.
there's a lot of room nights being generated for sure.
Well, I can't remember the exact statistic, but it was somewhere around 60% of the room nights generated are from, friends, family, boyfriends, girlfriends. No. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Spectators that are just interested, school officials.
Right.
So I mean, it's really an impressive. And a lot of people just like, really? And I said, yeah. There's a big following to this, but it creates a name for Central Florida's Polk County in a real big way at 270 schools throughout the nation, because they're publicizing this. It's really an organic promotional opportunity for us too.
Oh, it's an unbelievable. No, absolutely. I mean, it's an unbelievable promotional opportunity for Polk County. I mean, it's these 35,000 room nights that are generated, people coming down here and staying down here, and then probably enjoying the experience and coming back another time during the year as well. So I know a lot of our coaches will come down in their off season with their kids and go to Disney World, but they stay at a lot of the same places that they stay when they come down for RussMatt Baseball as well.
Well, the benefit is that, number one, you get to know the area a little bit, so that when you do come back, you're familiar, with with where to go and what to do. But to think that we have that many people spending the night here playing ball is just an unbelievable economic impact that it makes. And of course, when we lost the Cleveland Indians, there was that big void there that that they filled, and boy, you guys came to town and made up for that, and probably more.
Started out with 185 teams the very first year. We're at Rob said they are
100 more.
270 now. I mean, that's mind-boggling. It's been a great relationship. But Rob, you've had a really interesting career, and tell us a little bit about your background, because it's a fascinating story.
What's interesting, I was actually at Chain of Lakes yesterday, and I was thinking, I actually started with the Indians doing an internship when I was playing for Rollins baseball. At that point, I think it was my junior year, I did a internship. So I feel like it's kind of come full circle. But after I graduated from Rollins playing there, I went to a UCF Sport Business Management program and also coached at Rollins. I was the pitching coach there for 4 years. Started the Florida Collegiate Summer League. I started coaching in 2004. Then I was the commissioner and moved up to be the president of the Florida Collegiate Summer League, and have done that for a long time. And now I'm managing basically all the events under DS Holdings, which we have Greater USSSA Baseball, the Central Florida Baseball League, Florida Scout Ball that you guys are very familiar with as well. So I manage all of those events, but RussMatt's really the one that I have to focus on day to day. The other ones I've got people that are running though, and just kind of manage on that level there.
Wow.
But
so you were a pitcher in college?
I was a pitcher in college, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, many years ago.
Where did you go to school, by the way? Did you go to Rollins?
I went to Rollins College.
Okay.
I went to Lake Brantley High School, then went to Rollins College, and went to UCF for grad school.
Oh, okay.
There, so I've been in Central Florida for a long time here.
Yeah.
And,
Where'd you get your graduate degree in?
Sport Business Management. I also got my MBA.
Okay.
It was a dual master's program there. So
Oh, okay.
Great program there. Richard Lapchek started that program and has done a great job with it.
Yeah, well, that's all really, really good stuff. Well, ticket price, if people want to come to the games, there's, 14 different venues alone, and Lake Myrtle in Auburndale is the primary venue with 9 baseball fields, all collegiate, all with lights. But then we also have the Chain of Lakes with 6, still have 6 left. Yeah, 6.
Yes.
And so people want to attend, but they're in Lakeland, they're all over the place. How do they get tickets?
So at the gates, at the fields is where you get the tickets. We don't sell them online there. Ticket price is $10 for the day. You get to watch, stay there and watch
much ball as you want.
Much ball as you want. $45 for 7 days straight consecutive. We do a week pass there, and we also do a whole event pass for $100. Which, and you mentioned the Indians and Chain of Lakes. We get a lot of the locals that come back that have been used to, coming and watching games there and love just the experience of watching baseball in that stadium there as well. So we get a lot of those locals that come out there and support, especially in Winter Haven.
You've got a lot of people that are retired that used to, that love to go to the ball game, and now you've got ball back in in town, and it gives them something to do, and just, you know, great to watch these, you know, these young athletes play at such a high level. And you've got them in the different divisions on top of it,
Yes, we
right?
do. Yeah. No, we've got every division covered that comes down here. Division I, Division II, Division III, NAI, and junior college baseball. And we've got a lot of the top teams in the country as well. So, I mean, you're
They're
coming out
probably
there.
picking up on this is where they need to come.
Exactly. They need to come here, and,
Yeah.
and they also practice a lot while they're here. They get out there on the field as much as possible while they're here, but they, you know, play a lot of games, and again, it's great baseball out there. So it's you know, great for the locals to come out there and watch some
these young
college
kids
baseball.
play, yeah.
Well, I forgot, you know, we were talking about the tickets a little bit. Is it 12 and under that are free?
12 and under are free, yes.
So
Yes.
you have kids, you know, make sure you bring them out because they're free. You know, and the little leaguers, I mean, they see some real quality ball here, you know, in Division
Yeah,
I.
you
And
do.
it's just,
Definitely.
there's some great stuff there. In fact, I remember old Commissioner, I can't remember her name now, Jean Reed. And she had whatever college she went to.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really interesting. And she said every year I always look to see that they're playing in RussMatt. And then she'd call me up and say, "Can you send me a schedule so I can?" I said, "Well, Gene, they're playing this, and this." So I'd send her the schedule. And
Yep.
so, but a lot of people are like that, you know. Gene Engle, our last guest today, went to Emory in Georgia, you know, and so Emory comes down, you know, guys, Pat and Gene can come in and, you know, they can pick out whatever games that match their schedule and they can go watch them. So it's really kind of interesting.
I get a lot of those emails from
Yeah.
former players that played on these teams, came down, you know, before and want to come over and just see them play. So they're always looking at the schedule online and coming out to games as well. So.
Now, is there a special or a premier game that's going to take place over this period of time that, you know, is kind of above and beyond the normal play?
Not really. I mean, when you're dealing with 1,100 games, it's, you know, it's there's not really that featured game there. There's a lot of games, obviously, in the stadiums, which to the teams that come down here, that's a big deal.
And then at night too, under the lights.
Under the lights
it
as well.
fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of games under the lights as well. So it's, but we don't have that featured game of the week or anything like that set up yet. So, yeah.
Well, Rob, you've got a big job ahead of you. We're glad to have you out at Lake Myrtle for your official office headquarters.
Yes,
you
yep.
know, and I know everybody looks forward to that.
In the beautiful Polk County Sports Hall of Fame Museum. I just had to
Absolutely,
throw
right
that in
there.
there.
550 games right outside those windows.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. We really appreciate your time, and you are one busy guy, but it's a great event. It is a wonderful impact for Polk County. So, on behalf of you know all of us in Polk County, we appreciate it and thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much, guys.
Absolutely, Rob. There you have it, everybody. Wow, largest collegiate baseball spring training event in the world, right here in Polk County, starting now. And we are excited about it. We hope you are too. Well, something else to be excited about, we have some great footage from a press conference that we just held with the Lakeland Tropics. Instead of me telling you about it, watch this, everybody. Hank and Mark, we'll be back right after this. Stick around.
First off, welcome to Polk County Sports Marketing, Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing headquarters and the Lake Myrtle Sports Park. On behalf of ourselves and the city of Auburndale, we're very excited about the announcement that is going to happen today. We're really looking forward to this kind of new budding partnership with the Tropics, and I'm very excited about the possibilities that it's going to bring. I'm Mark Zimmerman. I'm the Senior Sales and Events Manager for Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing. We've been working very closely with the Tropics organization, and really, again, I can't express how excited we are that we're going to have this opportunity to work with them, expand what is happening in our county, but also the possibilities that it brings and expanding the footprint of soccer within our group.
And so today we've got another exciting announcement. As we add to our plethora of offsprings under our organization, we're proud today to announce that we'll be having a UPSL franchise who will be headed by our head coach here, Lucas Teixeira. The UPSL will be more of a prelude to what we hope are bigger and better things. We have major aspirations, even though we've grown very, very quickly in a very short time frame. We have major aspirations to eventually go to a League One as part of the USL structure, when in essence is actually a D3 franchise, which is a high-level professional level franchise that we hope to attain. And this is sort of be the seed that we're planting as it pertains to try and get that franchise by us announcing the UPSL franchise today.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a tremendous opportunity, not just for our organization as a club, but for Polk County in general. So as it was mentioned earlier today, the U.S. Open Cup is one of the largest tournaments in professional soccer here in the United States. Recently, it's opened up to amateur teams to give pretty much anyone an opportunity to work their way up through the cup and eventually face off against some of those big dogs in the USL and MLS. For us here, it's an opportunity to bring a very, very high level of competition to Polk County. So the way it works is we would probably face a team in the first round in a similar caliber level as we are in probably either the League Two or the NPSL. Once you hopefully win that game, you advance on into the professional ranks, where we would host either a USL League One or a USL Championship team here in Polk County. Assuming, you know, hey, we're going to put a very, very competitive team on the floor there. So if we are able to advance past that, that's when Major League Soccer teams enter in that fourth round, and then you just kind of play up. What's important for us is, do we expect to, you know, run through Major League Soccer teams? No, but we want to try to be the best amateur team and semi-professional team to advance the furthest in the tournament, because there are cash prizes, there's a lot of benefits for advancing into each round. So, but just an opportunity to bring high level and a very historic tournament. As Chris Economides, our co-owner and COO, mentioned, this is his 20-year anniversary when he won the U.S. Open Cup with the Rochester Rhinos, the only non-Major League Soccer team to ever win the Open Cup since Major League Soccer was founded in 1996. So exciting times. The bar is set very high, and we're looking forward to the tournament.
The season will begin late March, early April. We will have 7 home games out here at the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex. Our schedule is pretty much finalized, so look for details coming up very, very shortly. And again, we're just really, really excited.
You know, we were looking at different leagues to try to build together a team that's going to be able to play at the USL League One level. So we said the USL League Two, while it's a very, very competitive league, it didn't quite meet some of the qualifications we were looking for in terms of it's mostly a U23 league. So it would be great, and we will still keep that franchise and use that for more of our development purposes, some of our younger players, some of the players that are in the college system that we're starting to scout and look at for the professional ranks once we do eventually secure that franchise. So for us, I think it's an opportunity to bring a very high level of competition. We're obviously now coming out to play here at Lake Myrtle, which is going to expand our brand and expand the Tropics name to Auburndale, which is still a different market. Gives us a little central location throughout Polk County to allow everybody to come and view a very high level of soccer. Obviously, it was exciting to announce Lucas Teixeira. He's been a fan favorite. He's been working in our front office. He's going to be the head coach. And then you will see quite, probably 7 or 8, if not more, of our indoor players who will appear on that team when they kick off here in late March or early April. So we're really excited. It's going to keep our players year-round. It's going to start building that professional, high-level team that we'll be able to keep here in Polk County and be excited for many years to come.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sports Central. I'm Mark Jackson. My co-host in blue over here, you can hear him walking in with that blue jacket, to quote Gene Engle.
I love this blue jacket. Got a lot of compliments on this blue. Gene likes my blue, Pat likes my blue jacket, so
You're
hi
styling,
everybody.
Hank.
I'm styling here on our second segment of Sports Central, and we want to thank Days Inn for being our segment sponsor.
Just got to get wound up for our next 2 special guests, because we have Dan Rooney, the cycling king of Polk County, and Miss Jessica Roberts, who
The cycling queen of
well,
Polk County.
she just got back from eating some tree bark and granola bars, just a few that long.
Oh man!
Wow.
I didn't chip in on that one.
Yeah. He doesn't need help.
No. Anyway, we're here to talk about the Chain of Lake Cycling Classic, and if you've never seen a cycling race, like a criterion. I had to look at Jessica because she tells me whether I'm right or wrong, but most of the time, except when it comes to politics, right?
The race.
The race. Okay, we're
race.
back to the race
Back
now.
to the race.
Okay.
Here we go. We'll get this going. We're going to get this going, folks. Just bear with us. We're getting there. We're getting
If you've
there.
never seen a criterium, it is unbelievable. These guys and girls are just flying by. You're right up there, and it's like you have a front row seat to all the hot action. But I'm not here to tell you about it. We have two special guests, Jessica and Dan Rooney, that are here to talk about it. Thanks so much for joining us. I know both of you are two busy people, and
I'm retired now.
well, Jessica's, but you're still helping put on this race, and I know Jessica is, she starts early in the morning, and she has a very important meeting tonight. She won't tell me where it is, but it's very, very important. So, anyway, Dan, you've been started this thing. You were with it from the beginning. You're an avid cyclist. We found out that you ride 250 to
300 miles.
300 miles a week.
Like I said, I'm retired. Got plenty of time.
I don't know if I drive that many miles in a week, let alone be on a bike that long.
I drive my car about 25 a week.
Well, Dan is a retired attorney and a good one, and of course Jessica is the social media manager for Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing. And welcome aboard after that long introduction. But Dan, the race started several years ago. You were there. Obviously, you've seen this thing progress over the years.
11 years we've been at it. Started out with Bill Cundiff was the crazy man that had the idea to start it.
Yeah.
And Bill no longer with us. But we do this with Tim Molyneux and Top View Sports put on the race. Tim was the first guy in the country that came up with time chips. Or literally you have a chip on your shoe, and he can tell you by looking at his computer where you are in the race course.
Wow.
He did it the first year. We brought in the president of USA Cycling to see it, Mike Mahalik and his group.
From Mahalik Dodge.
The dealership, the
Yes.
car dealerships.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
And
in
also
Winter Haven.
in Honda, Fiat Alfa Romeo. They've been our title sponsor every year and do a great job putting on the race for us.
Wow.
And this year, the Bike Shop of Winter Haven, which was voted the best bike shop in Polk County, is also a sponsor. That's
Stuart Mackey.
Stu and
they've
Megan
got their
Mackey.
new bike shop in downtown Winter Haven.
Beautiful.
Looks
We've got the
beautiful.
best
Yeah.
coffee in town too.
Wow.
But there will be generally somewhere between 600 and 800 racers coming in to participate in the various races. Start on March 9th, Saturday, March 9th out in Fort Meade. And
This is different from the criterium, right?
That's correct. That's
Okay.
the road race and the time trial. The road race operates on a 13-mile circular track out in the sticks. You can't get there unless you know where it is.
You can't get there from here.
It's very difficult to find. Jessica gets lost out there every time she
Hey
goes out
now.
there. And then the time trial is at the end of the day where effectively what happens is Jessica would go off first. 30 seconds later, I go off. 30 seconds later, Hank goes off. 30 seconds later, Mark goes off. And it's a race against the clock. You just go as hard as you can.
You're timed.
You're timed, and generally your heart rate is somewhere 180 to 200 beats per minute.
Wow.
Then the following day, on Sunday at 8 o'clock, we moved the race course. It used to be around Central Park.
Right.
And with the
This is the criterium now we're
That's
talking
correct.
about for
Okay,
day
now
two.
wait.
For day two.
Okay, time out for just 1 second
Sure.
for the folks that are watching that might not be cyclists, which I'm not. I ride my bike every day, but I'm not a cyclist. What is the criterion?
How do you get around on three wheels so fast?
I'm in such great shape.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
The bike shop sells a lot of trikes. They're a very popular item.
I've got my basket on the back. I
Yeah.
can put my little goodies in there
And
if I
a
want to
belt.
stop along the way and have a little picnic or whatever. But
a
anyhow,
criterium
the criterion
downhill quick.
is on a shorter course. It's
Okay.
really good for the spectators to watch.
Okay.
Mark was
Oh, it's
intimated.
unbelievable.
It's I think the course is 1.3 kilometers.
1.4.
1.4 kilometers this year. We had to move the course because the city put in some speed bumps around Central Park. So we've moved it a little bit further south where it goes around Grove Roots and a bunch
okay.
of places.
Yeah, we've got a little map up here on the
Yes.
screen. Okay, that's great.
Great place to watch it. go to Egg Haven and have breakfast.
And they're going pretty fast.
Oh,
I mean,
they're
haul-
flying.
Okay.
The Pro 1-2s, there generally will be about 50 to 70 participants in the race.
Okay.
And on the straightaways, they'll hit 35, 45 miles an hour.
Wow.
I mean, just flying. And when they come around for the bell lap, you just can't
And
believe.
how many laps are they going to, I mean, if you're going
It's
that hard, how
timed.
many laps? It's time.
It's not by mileage, it's by time.
The fastest guy to do. So no matter where you take off in the race, everybody's equal as far as their opportunity to win. Because
Give you an
you're
idea. The Pro 1-2s that go off at 12:30 race for 70 minutes, and they'll be doing 30 miles an hour average
Oh
for
my
70
gosh.
minutes. If you can do that, you don't need a car.
No.
Yeah, no kidding.
And
Except in the
literally,
rain.
if you can see my hand, when they go through a turn, the physics of the way they go through, they're on an angle like this. You can't believe that they don't slide out. And they're going through, and you hear a lot of F-bombs and elbows thrown, and I mean, they're
Wow.
fighting.
It gets tough. It's a physical
it's
sport.
tactical.
Wow.
And here in Polk County, we've got some very good racers that'll do very well. For instance, Vance James is probably the cream of the crop. Vance has won races up at Super Week up in Milwaukee, which is a national race. Stu Mackey, the local bike shop owner, he's the current time trial champ for his age bracket in the state of Florida. He's also a cross champion and just a big old Brit, although they're starting a rumor that he's Australian. But just a very, very good racer. Women racers.
Diana Molnar, Julie Giroux. I'm not sure if she's going to race this year, but we've got a lot of women in Polk County who can. They're very competitive, and then we'll have some people over from the Central Florida group, WCC. It's a women's racing group, actually women's and men's, but they'll bring a strong group. And this year, actually, I was excited to help and urge the group to move the purse up for the women. So the women's 1, 2, 3 riders will actually have the same amount of winnings as the men's 1, 2, and 3 riders.
way.
Wow.
Yes.
Isn't
Can
it
you
great?
believe I made that happen?
So where do you, if you're riding your bikes around Winter Haven, to be able to do this, as if
You
you're
leave Winter
training
Haven.
for an event, you just can't ride around the neighborhood.
Generally, well, for instance, yesterday I was out training, and I rode my bike from southeast Winter Haven to Frostproof, and then across 98 over to Fort Meade, and then came back in. And that's the kind of riding we do to get in shape to be able to do this.
And does the traffic bother you, or?
We go on lower traffic roads, but we
Okay.
usually out of Winter Haven we have an Alturas route. We go to Lakeland for an out and back. We go to Lake Alfred and Polk City up to
Greenleaf.
Lowe's, and then we have a Greenleaf route. And that takes you out. That's about 35 or 40 miles, and then sometimes we do a metric century out to Fire Tower Road in the FFA.
Or you get out to
leadership.
Fire Tower Road, there's nobody out there.
There's nobody, and that's
a
the great
beautiful
thing.
place, I would
We
think,
see
to
deer
ride.
out there.
Yeah, just watch out for the deer.
We see deer. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Jessica, one of your responsibilities, of course, ensuring that people that are interested in coming out know how to get there for the criterium, particularly on Sunday. Tell us a little bit about where they should park. Is there a admission fee? Can they just kind of hang out downtown? I know Dan said that a good routine would be to go to Egg Haven and have breakfast, which is always good, and so on. But there's other places downtown too that are up there. What are you going to tell somebody that may be interested in coming down with the family to really see some world-class cycling?
Well, we actually have some parking spaces on the north side of the course. Those are city lots. And then CertiPay has worked with us, and they are giving us 3 lots downtown. So Grove Roots Brewing customers will park in Certi lot, or in the CertiPay lot. The athletes will actually park in the Grove Roots parking lot so that we can get them in and out throughout the day between races.
So if they want to meet some riders, probably Grove
Yes.
Roots, which is family friendly.
Absolutely.
By
Bring
the
your
way.
kids,
Bring
bring your
your
dogs
dogs
on
on
leashes.
leashes.
On leashes,
Yep.
yes. We'll have volunteers at every corner help directing the visitors and the people, the spectators, but it's free. It's completely free. Bring your appetite. There will be a couple food trucks. Obviously, beer's always great. But
we don't do that.
you don't drink beer?
I'm in training.
No, we're straight
Oh,
arrows.
please. So yeah. So there's lots of opportunities. We'll have tons of signs.
Yeah.
And we've got a new beneficiary this year too. It's Polk State College. The athletic program is
Very good.
helping us with all of the volunteers
Yes.
that we need to run the event.
Very good.
Mahalik gives us all the vehicles that we need to run the event, and that's usually somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 vehicles that we use over the course of the 2 days.
Well, you know, Mike Mahalik and the guys at
And Alex,
yeah,
great
I mean,
guys.
they're just good corporate citizens. They're involved in the community. Can't say enough
Boys
good
and
things
Girls
about
Club,
them.
they're very helpful
Yeah,
with that.
outstanding. And of course, Joseph over at Joe over at Grove Roots,
Yes.
you know, has graciously
He's been great.
to
He's
work
gonna-
with, and you know, it's a great place to take a family too. You know, you don't have to worry about it. They have games, they have all sorts of stuff.
Going on, so it's so where can they find out more about the event? You got a website they can go to? Or?
Visit centralflorida.org.
Okay, beautiful.
And what do they do when they go there?
They go to the events section, which is prominent on the homepage, and then click on either March 9th or 10th.
Okay.
And if they want to participate, I'd suggest that they go to topviewsports.com.
Yes.
Topviewsports.com.
That's the name of Tim's company, and he's got registration right on there.
And we actually have, if you're on Facebook, we have a Top View Sports has created an event. I posted the routes on there yesterday, and there's registration information there too.
Before we let you go, where are they going to be coming from, the riders? I mean, all out of the state? Do you have out-of-state riders, or just is basically Florida?
One year we had a Green Beret from North Carolina that showed up. He had never raced before, and he won all 3 races that he entered, and catted up from Cat 5, which is the lowest, to Cat 4 in 2 days' time
Oh
period.
my gosh.
We've had people, one year we had a guy that won it that was from Michigan, people from all over the state of Florida. Grant Potter ended up riding it and winning it one year. And that year that he won our race, he went on to win the state masters, the national masters, and then the world masters.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got some, just some, like I said
So
before,
you got
there's
some real
world-class talent.
Yeah, so it'll be
Well,
fun to watch.
I know you guys are really working hard at it, and Jessica, good luck with your meeting tonight. And
Thank you, Mark.
you know, I mean, Hank and I would be more than happy to stop by and give you some advice.
Well,
on
we can act on a consulting capacity.
Okay.
I appreciate
Would
that.
you like us to come in and do some
No.
consulting? No? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, Jessica. Hey, everybody. By the way, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. You're a wellspring of information, and we appreciate all you do. This is a fantastic event. Again, it's March 9th and March 10th, downtown Winter Haven on March
Sunday.
10th. So,
And it starts at 8 a.m. and the last race goes off at 1:45 p.m. and it'll be over by about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
still go to church and you can go to see the race.
That's it.
Exactly.
Doesn't get any better than that. All right, everybody. Well, that was some great news. It's an exciting time here in Polk County right now, but we have some exciting stuff. I guess it's from 2015, but you're going to get a taste of what it's like to see one of these cycling races up close and personal. Check it out, and Hank and Mark will be back. Segment number 3 right after this.
I'm out of West Palm Beach, race with my own shop that my friends own in Lake Park, Florida, and Been racing for about a year and a half now. Moved up to Cat 4 about 6 months ago in September, and I've got about 5 races under my belt as Cat 4, and just, you know, trying to get the technique down, trying to stay strong and healthy, you know. It's very technical, which suits me very well, so I like that part of it. Oh, I'll come back next year. I mean, it's a great little town. You know, I enjoyed the road race in Fort Meade there. It's quite a good venue, except for the rain, you know, but you can't control that.
I did my first Ironman when I was 19 in Panama City, Pensacola. And then I did Chattanooga last year. I got second place. So it was my first road race. I really enjoyed it. I did yesterday the road race in Chains of Lakes. And then here today, the time trial, unfortunately, that's my stronghold, and it got canceled because of the rain. But yeah, well, there's always next time. I'm racing Puerto Rico, then racing Texas, and hopefully qualify for Kona. But yeah, it was my first road race, so I'm thinking about just dropping tries and getting into road, becoming a roadie.
I'm from West Palm Beach, and we like coming up here. It's a beautiful town, and they treat us very well here. It's very nice. I've been racing for a good 35 years. I started when I was 12, racing in New York, and been racing all around the country for many years. I raced professional for about 8 years. Broke the American record for 50 miles back in 1982, and just love racing, love the lifestyle. Love the group of guys that we race with every weekend, and we like the places we go to race. Well, we do different types of races. This is what they call a criterium race, which is a short course, usually a mile or less. And the other races we do are road races, which are usually long distance races, which extend for about 50 to 100 miles. This race is only about 40 miles, so it's considered a short distance race. Won today, and my teammate took second, so we had an excellent day today.
Well, I've been racing bikes for probably somewhere around 7 or 8 years at this point. I race this circuit faithfully, religiously, raced on the national circuit. I've won a couple of national titles, and unfortunately it just becomes a little too repetitious, and so I swam in college, so I've kind of gone towards the triathlon route, which is why I've been away from cycling, so to speak. But it's always a really nice venue. The community comes out, safe, plenty of parking, good restaurants, and lots of spectators to make the race more exciting, cheer you on. Well, the more technical a course is, the more important it is that you have good turning skills, and there's a lot of girls that do not do well at corners. If you can use them to your advantage, it's a really great way to break up the race, because girls are just not able to carry their speed through the corners. So the more technical courses, the easier it's going to be to blow the field apart, so to speak, and just make it a little bit more exciting of a race. Well, I had to pay a little bit of attention because those girls are both on the same team. So I've got to play, you know, exactly what they wanted to happen did happen. One of them just went ahead and attacked, and I can't cover both attacks, and she got me. So they actually worked that exactly to their advantage, exactly how it's supposed to go. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the strength today to go ahead and bridge that last little bit of the gap.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Segment number 3 of Sports Central, along with my co-host, Mr. Hank Longo. I am Mark Jackson, and thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it. And wow, Hank, that footage was something else.
Yeah, there's some great cycling. And before we talk anymore, I want to thank the folks at the Ledger who are Our segment sponsor is segment number 3. Thank you so much, folks. But boy, some fascinating cycling going on in that video.
Oh, you guys are flying too. I mean, it's one of those things you say, well, you just have to be there. You're right. In this case, you just got to literally, because you feel the draft.
How fast they're going. You want to be there live and actually witness it.
Yeah, and especially around the corners. That's when you see some good wrecks. Yeah. Remember one year, one guy went through a plate glass window downtown.
Oh my God.
So.
Alrighty. Well, hey, this is going to be a fun segment number 3 with one of our favorite guests that joins us every year.
Carrying on a family tradition.
Yes.
Dad Walt started the Orange Cup Regatta in Lakeland on Lake Hollingsworth, where it's held today, and it's really sort of in sync with the Detroit Tigers and how long they've been. To give you an idea how long this race has been going on. It's the longest sporting event in Polk County history. Not by a little, but like by a lot.
Yeah.
With us today, Gene Engle, the grandfather, we can call him the grandfather of the Orange Cup Regatta. And Gene, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Big part of, former chairman of the Central Florida Development Council, one of the guys that started sports marketing, started the Tourist Development Council, on the board for every organization known to man in the city or in the state of Florida, it seems, but including USF. But the fact of the matter is, this race is another great family event on the shores of beautiful Lake Hollingsworth, and I just don't think it gets any better than that, particularly down by the new yacht club that's going up and across the lake from Florida Southern College.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is our 81st year, and an exciting year. And on the way here today, I was thinking about how we've kind of progressed over the last 20 or 30 years, and how then relating that back to years ago when I was a little bitty guy running around collecting the shotgun shells from the cannon that we would fire every so often. And thinking that what we've done with the fantastic support of Polk County Sports Marketing, the City of Lakeland, our particular committee, Central Florida Racing Club, with our officials and our volunteers, and where we've brought it to this next weekend is the fact that we have made it faster, bigger, and now we're going to see the results this weekend, this next weekend.
The dates, by the way, the dates are?
The dates are, we'll be testing on Friday, March the 1st in the afternoon, which everyone loves because they've been snowed in most of the winter months and working on their boats.
Let me stop you right there for a sec. You've got people coming from all over, so this is a treat for them to get out of the snow and blizzards and
in the past, Hank,
get
when
this
I've
boat going that they've probably been looking at in the garage all winter long.
When I've apologized because the weather was holding us back from running for a little while, they said, "You don't need to apologize to us. This is this is like being in heaven." But that's what we'll do on Friday afternoon, and then we'll start racing on Saturday and Sunday. But what we've done is we have continued to grow this regatta to the faster and faster boats. And we will have boats well in excess of 125 to 130 miles an hour, some of them in the straightaways at 150 miles an hour. And so the other thing that we have done, which we hope to continue to build on it at a separate date, is the smaller, slower boats, outboards that we will do at a later date, hopefully next year.
So you'll have this race, the regatta,
right,
as you plan it like now, starting on March 1st.
Friday.
And then later in the season, you'll have one for the smaller boats. What's your favorite? What is it? The
Jersey Skiffs.
Jersey Skiffs.
Oh, Gene knows
that. Will that be like one of the smaller boats that would compete?
Well, the Jersey Skiffs will go around 89 to 90 miles an hour, but half that time is in the air.
Oh, I know. If you've never seen, I wish we had a picture of them, or because these boats just fly.
They're
just
wild.
Bouncing.
They're wild. We call them the clowns because they're all over. They have 2 people in each boat. Those boats were originally they were skiffs in New Jersey.
And what
during
is a
Prohibition.
skiff?
Prohibition. Well, a skiff is nothing more than a rowboat.
Okay.
I mean, and that's what they did, and they were rowing across the bays carrying illegal liquor during Prohibition, and the feds found out about it, and so they were catching them. And so the bootleggers decided that the best way to do it was to drop a V8 engine in them, into a rowboat, and that's what they did. And the boat was not designed for the engine, and, and so half the time they're up rolling over on their sides to the point that they had to put cages on them because they were chewing up the boat next to them when the prop came out of the water. So it's
my gosh.
It's
a
really
story.
something to watch. It's and we always have a great turnout with Jersey skiffs, and so this is the cream of the crop, and we continue to add classes. Also, it does give us more time because in the past we were a little overzealous. We had too many people, too many classes on the agenda, and we'd have to carry them over to the following day because we couldn't get our whole race schedule in.
So you've shortened that up a little bit?
We've shortened that up a little bit, and but the quality of the racing will be considerably better.
Well, you know, Lake Hollingsworth, for those of you that haven't been down there, it's a gorgeous lake in downtown Lakeland, and it is also known as the Lake of Records because of the Orange Cup Regatta. So this isn't just, you know, just a regular old boat race. You're going to see some world records down there. You know, it speeds in excess of 130 miles an hour is what Gene was talking about. But Gene, the event is free, but there's food trucks and there's other stuff around, correct?
That's correct. Well, we use the Power Squadron as our vendor for our food.
Okay.
And that way they can raise a little money in order to continue to support their organization. They also volunteer to help us with our pickup boats. And you know, I might add that, and I really like to talk about this every year, is the safety that we are very concerned about.
Yes.
We have all these boats now are capsule. They're all reinforced.
Except for the Jersey skiffs, right?
Well, except for the Jersey skiffs. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mark's favorite. And so we have to have divers. We have to have 4 divers on the race course at all times because if they're upside down, we've got to be able to pull them out of the boats. They're in a 5-point harness, just like NASCAR. They have their own oxygen, so that if they are knocked out, they're still breathing. Many of them have doors now on the bottom of the boat so that if we have a problem getting them out of the hatch, we can open the bottom and bring them out through the bottom.
Wow, very interesting.
We have an ambulance boat, which with hydraulics so that we can lift somebody. Once they're in the water, we don't move them. We put a gurney thing underneath them or a board, body board, and then we can raise them up with a neck brace and so forth so that they are not hurt. So safety is our #1 interest, and we've been very, very fortunate. But when you're out there going at that speed,
it's like concrete.
Oh yeah, it is concrete.
And well, the person that really makes this all happen, I mean, just like the Operation Queen of the race. You know who that is?
Sitting on the set, but she's sitting back there on the couch.
Yeah, we tried to get her on.
We tried to get Pat Engle up here, but and this is, I'm just going to say this because
his wife Pat.
I'm his wife Pat, and I'm going to jump in here with just a little off the cuff type of a comment. But Gene was inducted into our Polk County Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, yes.
And in his speech when he was inducted, you mentioned what a great partner you had in Pat and how as a team you work great together, and behind the scenes she's just a remarkable asset to you and putting this whole thing together.
Well, I always like to talk about Pat because all the things that I get credit for, I have to tell you that she is more than 50% of that, and everything I do, Pat is involved with me, and we've been a great partnership now for 58 years.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that, and she's very special to me.
Well, you want me to tell you how tough Pat is?
How tough is Pat, Mark?
Gene's doctor told him one time that he had to cut way back on the amount of root beer he was drinking. He said you can only have 1 root beer per day. And he said, okay, so he gets home and tells Pat that he can only have one root beer per day. And so he finds the biggest cup that he can find in the house. He says, "Here, dear, fill it up." You know, that's the kind of relationship. Gene Engle.
Yeah. Well, it didn't take her long to catch on to that.
All right.
That didn't last for very long.
You all can read between the lines any way you like to on that one. But if you know Gene Engle, you know what I'm talking about. And if you know his wife, Pat, it's a funny story.
I'm glad you have a good sense of humor through all of this, you know?
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right,
Yeah.
Ed. Well, Gene, thanks so much again. The dates are Friday, March 1st through the 3rd.
Through the 3rd.
Friday through Sunday. It's all day long, and the event is free.
And the event is free, and you can park all around the lake, and everybody has a great view. It's a great event, and we just appreciate all the support and help we get.
Well,
we really
you've
do.
done a remarkable job, and it's just
80
one
years,
of those
man.
events that it's great that we can partner with you and be a
Yes.
part of that event. And I know Josh and our whole crew that's out there helping you enjoy it and take great pride in being able to be a part of it as well.
Well, Josh has just done an outstanding job, and he has really taken a lot of work off of Pat and I to have to do this. So it's
that's what the teamwork is all about, and our
He's
partnership is all
Well, he's
about.
outside all day for 3 days, and
Yeah.
We call him Lobster Boy
Yeah, by the
during
time
the
you
week
get
the
done.
next week because he looks about as red as that Sports Central sign standing behind me. But anyway, Gene, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Good luck with the race. And
Thank you.
That is a very, very, very busy weekend. And of course, Gene also chairman of the Sports Marketing Committee, you know, done a lot of things, so you know how busy it is.
Yes,
right
I
now.
do.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, one of my
fun things to watch.
Oh, it's one of the greatest. Stephanie Salvucci, I got that right. And she is a Summerlin Academy. She's on the rifle team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or
That's gonna be
Stefani,
fun.
correct? Stephanie. Okay, I knew that. All right, I knew that.
You've done fine. Just
Keep moving right along.
We got a
anyway,
great
got a
clip for
superstar
you
on the
to
rifle
watch.
team at Summerlin Academy. It is really a much more popular sport than you think, particularly with all the ROTC folks. In fact, my son Hunter competed when he was at George Jenkins and then at Central Florida Aerospace Academy. So Polk County has a lot to offer in their school system, a great program. Let's check out Stephanie Salvucci and her action out on the court.
I am 18 years old, and I'm on the Summerlin Academy rifle team, which is only a part of our school. And I've been on the team for 4 years. I started in my freshman year, and now I'm a senior. I had never touched a rifle before in my life, and it was something totally out of my comfort zone. So I decided to try something new, and it was a really good decision. It was actually really difficult. There's a lot to learn about safety, especially in the parts of the rifle, but mostly how to control your shots, and the mental part of the sport was the hardest. Something that clicked, and ever since it clicked, I could never stop it. It's like the great feeling when you know you've accomplished something, like shooting a new high score, even the feeling after making a comeback after you've been down on your shots, if you have a bad shot and then you shoot good. It's just the team, the coaches, and just having fun. Yeah. For the mental preparation, a lot of things can affect our shooting, like outside of school, family problems, friends problems, boyfriend, girlfriend. So it kind of just, when you get into the range, you kind of block it all out, focus on your shot, focus on your shot plan, your fundamentals, and hope for the best. Qualities that a good shooter should have is patience, determination, ability to work well with others, because we are, after all, not only shooting as individuals, but as a team. So, you know, you're kind of being depended on, so you need confidence. We've been to lots of out-of-state competitions, which are kind of more of a big deal than local ones. So it's a lot to take in, especially when you first go to one. There's a lot more people watching you. It's very quiet. There's lots of rules you need to know. Especially for the new shooters too. I mean, we met 4 years ago and been to out-of-state competitions. Like, we have little competitions between each other in order to practice for the big ones, and we have a lot of fun. We make great memories together. With our coach, he has been a great impact in my life, especially as someone who really knows what he's doing. And as a coach, he's very good, very qualified, and he's great, and he knows how to help us when we need it and leave us alone when we need it. And he's definitely someone who we can depend on. After graduation, I'm going to be going to college, but last year I enlisted into the Army National Guard, so rifle actually had kind of an influence with that too. At rifle competitions, you would see lots of different branches of the Army. There's different JRTCs shooting, so they kind of got interested in like different branches of Army through rifle. And I know that there's rifle in the Army too, so it's something that I love. And I also want to serve my country. So my coach has also served like most of the JRTC teachers. So it all kind of just adds together and kind of put me on that path that I'm really excited for.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sports Central. Just adjusting some electronics back here.
Your seat kind of was going down.
Well, it was doing something, but hey, you know, Hank, we've got been so fortunate to have so much corporate support and good corporate citizens in Polk County. Arguably, you know, Publix is the bomb of bombs when it comes to that, but we have some very important, you know, sponsors that are right there, and one of those is
Ovation Bistro and Grill, and great to have them as a part of this fourth segment as we wrap up Sports Central. And there's so much going on. I mean, we've got the Lakeland Magic. They're playing tonight at the RP Funding Center, and we've got Florida Tropics indoor soccer coming March 10th. But the Tigers are in town. Can't say enough about our partnership with them.
Oh, we've had a great week with the Tigers. We had Major League Scramble yesterday, only one in Major League Baseball, and it's been going on. This is the 24th year. Actually started out, Hank, with the Royals, the Indians, and then added the Tigers later. Royals and Indians went to Arizona. Tigers stuck with it, and it's been a great partnership. Big shout out to Ron Myers with Director of Florida Operations for the Tigers.
And of course the new renovation of the field.
Oh, man.
What a fabulous job they've done with that.
Publix Field at Joker Merchant Stadium.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Want to jump into, don't want to miss this one, the FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals starting February 25th to the 2nd of March.
That's next week, everybody. Got to make sure you check that out at the RP Funding Center. Hank?
And it's going to be a special event. Maybe Winter Haven girls can pull another one off. We want to thank all the folks helping at this event. Contempo Vacation Homes, Hampton Inn, Bartow, Lakeland Magic, People's Barbecue, Abuelos. Thank you for your support.
Well, absolutely. Good luck to Johnny Lawson, because he's one heck of a coach over there at City of Winter Haven.
Just a dear friend, and wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, and you know, we've been real fortunate, Hank, and we got some great stuff going on in the county right now. Basketball championship, of course, RussMatt Baseball, and don't forget to get your Tigers at Tigers. Tigers at Tigers.com. There we go. How do we do that one?
I don't know.
Well, everybody, thanks so much for joining us. This is Mark Jackson for Hank Longo and the great staff at PGTV. And so much of the footage that you see just takes hours and hours, not only to go out and film this stuff,
but then to edit it and put
then
it all
edit,
together.
and you've got, it's just a great opportunity, you know, to see some world-class producers. And when I say world-class, you know, as you know, I started doing shows on ESPN in 1988. Some of these producers here are as good as some of the folks I've worked with in that venue. So
Mark,
I'm proud to be
Steve, Brian, of course, a big thanks to my Ann and the whole crew for letting us have this much fun.
Oh, great time. Once again, everybody, thanks so much for joining us. Our next live show, March 8th. This is Mark Jackson. For Hank Longo, we'll see you again next time.